Previously, on Fiction First. I did mention to Master Killian that the King's Rangers and their friends were here to talk to him. He'll be meeting you in the library in 30 minutes. No one here knows what is exactly being auctioned, unfortunately. That there is something very new and very dangerous.
So we
mage-bred animals.
So it's Killian's. It's basically Killian's newest masterpiece monster is what's being auctioned.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
As you're following them around the back of the house, it gets difficult to continue to track them because this area sees a lot more foot traffic as you're moving through this area. But basically, you can kind of follow them to what looks to be some sort of basement entrance, kind of like a cellar entrance. Yeah, so if Paxton wants to go check this out on his own, you would definitely get experience for that.
So fair enough, you've never dabbled in gnomes, but any other animals that walk on two legs?
Perhaps some primates of the sort, certainly. We've looked into those before. Very adaptable creatures.
You ever get sticky fingers?
It would seem the aforementioned stables are missing one of their raptors, and we were able to track it along with, incidentally, what looked like primate footprints to this very holding.
Killian's demeanor immediately gets very, very serious. Regardless of who you're with, I think it's very clear that you have not been invited and you do not belong here. So King's Rangers or no, if the King's authority wants to talk to me, then Bornell himself better come down here and ask me himself. I'm done here. At that point, we'll switch back to Paxton.
Just like the eyes in a dark room from a cartoon.
A lot of stairs in that cellar, huh?
No, I'm
it's
nervous.
winded.
I'm nervous.
Okay.
I don't like dark places.
That is at this point, a catchphrase of yours is to cut to you and you're breathing heavy. That's what you're like.
Yeah, that's how Kyle snaps back into the scene.
Heavy breathing.
Getting into character.
It's his mantra. Yeah, so we pick back up Paxton kind of descending the stairs into the cellar, just as he kind of crests the actual cellar proper. And it is dark, certainly. There is a couple of ever-bright candles kind of just sitting there, providing some low orange light that bathes most of the area, but there's still these very dark corners and shadows cast by these barrels and crates. And also just from what you can see right at the front, seemingly cages. Cages with heavy iron bars of a variety of sizes. You hear chirping and squawking and animal noises from inside the cellar. What do you do?
Animal noises.
I grab one of the candelabras next to me and and use it as a torch to guide myself.
Okay.
Through the cellar. And there aren't any. It's not like a hustle and bustle working place. People aren't in here moving cages and
no.
Okay.
No.
It's pretty dark, pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. And as you move forward, that candle that you take with you kind of lights some of the cages as you go by, and you see a variety of creatures within. Some birds. You see that one bird has a series of eyes that goes all down the side of its head. Ooh. Has 8 eyes pretty much. Some sort of bird of prey.
Spider bird.
Do they look like sad, malnourished?
Not necessarily malnourished. I mean, They don't look super happy or stoked, but they look like they're well kept.
I didn't know if it was a Sarah McLachlan commercial in here.
No. Okay. And kind of maybe as you're walking by, there's just one of those cages behind you, kind of one of the cages next to you slams, and there's just a hyena that's just chomping at the bars and yelling at you.
I definitely jump.
Yeah.
in fear.
And then when that noise rings out, a voice from like, this is a pretty large cellar, I imagine, like very large with a lot of storage and a lot of cages in there. As soon as that happens, a voice rings out and says, "Hello? Who's there?"
I snuff out my candle and hide.
Okay. Yeah. So where do you hide? Just like behind some crates, or?
I imagine there's some barrels of grain in the corner that I'm hiding behind.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So you go hide. You snuff out the candle, and you see a figure kind of come into view and start walking with these heavy clinks. The metallic shifting as they move. It's the Warforged that you saw in the Jurassico stable, Gabriel, walking around and kind of looking around, saying, "Who is there?"
How big are the Warforged?
Pretty big.
Pretty big.
Yeah, like pretty big and wide and
Well, just how big a boy are you?
made of steel and
that's right.
wrought wood and stuff like that.
Is he like? Does he look like he's guarding it, or is he like?
He probably has like a feed bag in his hand, and kind of as he's looking around and looking for someone, he is scattering some food in some of the cages, and he seems to be tending to the creatures inside.
I'm gonna take a handful of grain and toss it from across the room to the other side to try and distract
with
it.
loose grain.
Yeah,
I didn't throw that grain.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So you throw it, and maybe it lands a little bit close to one of the cages, and the animals like start freaking out and trying to like get at it in between the bars of their cage, and then that brings his attention, and he starts to wander over there, still calling out for anyone and still looking around.
Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to sneak past him.
Okay.
As in like like in video games where it's obviously a stealth mission and you gotta draw their attention to one side of the room.
Well,
so
yeah,
you can
definitely.
go around him.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I don't think I can garrote him if he's made of steel.
It's a fair point.
Nor should you.
It's a very like heavy metal song title.
Yeah.
Can't garrote.
You can't garrote if they're made of steel.
They're made of steel.
Can I garrote what's made of steel?
Yeah.
Yes. So you distract him successfully and continue further into the cellar is what you're doing?
Yep, further past him.
Okay, is there anything in particular that you're looking for or any kind of
No, I mean,
goal?
Obviously this monkey, wherever the monkey tracks are.
Sure.
I'm just looking for some monkey at this point.
Okay. That's fair.
Any monkey.
You sufficiently distracted Gabriel for a long enough time to where you can move inwards, and you find a set of cages kind of pushed up against a wall, kind of at the terminus of this cellar, against a wall. One very, very large cage that is completely empty. And then you see one small cage next to it, which has some sort of monkey primate-like animal in it.
Okay.
Just kind of sitting there, very kind of peacefully. It has this round head and narrow snout, these big eyes. Has this kind of like brownish pattern to its brownish color to its hair. It's if you're familiar with a slow loris. I don't know if you've ever heard about.
I am not. No.
I can show you a picture of it.
Sure,
if anyone listening can look up slow lorises. They're very cute.
Oh yeah, that is cute.
But yeah. So that's what you see, and this kind of little guy is just kind of sitting there, like on his back legs, on his butt, just kind of like staring at you.
Oh God, is he making fast lorises? The madman.
All right, so I'm gonna sneak up to the cage, and I've still got some grains in my hand, and I'm like, hey buddy, are you okay? And I hold out the grains for him to come.
Yeah, it kind of like moves a little bit closer to your hand, and then just brings up his hand and just slaps your hand.
Rude.
It just kind of stares at you with these big eyes.
I'm a little taken aback. So I'm gonna.
Listener Keegan is vibing this perfectly.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look around the room.
I can't look at Keegan.
I'm gonna look around the room. Is there a barrel of assorted fruits, something that's a bit more monkey related?
Well, sure. You can find maybe some grapes that you can take individually.
Take a little grape thing and try to hand him a grape through the bars.
It reaches out and it grabs the grape and then brings it up to its mouth and starts chomping on it.
Yeah, buddy, that's it.
It chomps on it, like it kind of like peels the grape, like just like with its teeth in its hand, and just takes the fruit from the inside, and then just like throws the rest of it outside of the cage.
Yeah, and then I hand him another one. We're gonna repeat this till he gains his trust a little bit.
Yeah, it takes a couple, and it eats a couple, and then eventually like it throws one out, and then it says, "You're not supposed to be here."
What the?
That was amazing.
I'm very shocked. I kind of stumble backwards and bump into a cage on the wall.
Yeah.
Birds go,
Yeah.
At that point, I mean, you see the light, like a lantern that Gabriel was carrying, kind of turning and coming in your direction from the other end of the cellar door.
Yeah.
So he's making his way back to you during your stealth mission here.
Wait a minute. You can talk? What?
Yes.
Do you understand me?
I understand you.
Right, like everything I'm saying?
I don't understand why you're here.
Purple pickle, possum, potato?
I got all that, yeah.
I'm so incredulous. I don't know what to do.
Set him free,
but
you have to hide.
I snap out of my stupor, and how far away is the man coming up?
We'll say that he has this lantern that's casting this glow of light, and that glow, that range of light, is probably like 15 feet from you.
Okay, I'm gonna hide behind the barrel again to try and try and.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to act under pressure now for this
right.
to find a suitable spot quickly and quietly.
Okay, act under pressure.
Yes. So add your cool.
I do have good cool.
Yep. Got good cool. Can't remember when to use it. But
7 plus 2 is
Same exact roll.
9.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, you've rolled 3 6-1 combos tonight.
Yeah, I'm killing it.
I mean,
You're
kind of. You're min-maxing.
So this area does not have as many easily accessible hiding spaces, and you're kind of forced to make a very quick decision to like jump into the nearby big cage,
Right.
to hide effectively.
Okay.
Perfect.
So do you want to do that, or do you want to stay out in the open and meet Gabriel?
Yeah, I'll jump into the cage. I think I'm gonna try and pull the old switcheroo on him if possible, but I'm gonna jump in the cage to hide.
What do you mean switcheroo?
Like if he follows me in there, like scramble out beneath his legs.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's an interesting idea. So he comes over, and you jump into the cage, and not necessarily you don't have to like lock yourself in, but you kind of close the door to make it look like there's, that it's closed. He comes over with his lantern, and it's probably a thing where he comes over and doesn't quite see you immediately in the big cage, and he looks over on the ground, and there's just these like shredded grapes, like remains on the ground.
Yeah,
and he kind of looks down at the Loris in the cage and says, "Where did you get these from?" And then you see the Loris just kind of like shrug.
He's a bro.
He kind of and like the Loris even probably like looks at you out of the corner of his eye and just kind of like eyes you for a moment and just like shrugs. What do you want to do?
Hopefully not like give away my position.
Okay,
possible,
you can wait and stay there. The thing is, Gabriel isn't going very far anymore. Like he's going around from cage to cage, kind of finishing up the feeding and tending to them. So he's going to be around for a while.
Does he like sit down and start having a conversation with the monkey? Does he leave the cellar? Like, what's his?
He's not gonna leave the cellar anytime soon.
Okay.
He's still going through and doing work. He might talk to a couple of the animals as he kind of goes through and stuff like that. But he doesn't hold long conversations.
Okay. So can I ventriloquism with the monkey?
Interesting. Right, like throwing your voice?
Yeah, like throwing my voice to where it sounds like the monkey's talking.
You can, yeah, sure, definitely.
I have never trained in ventriloquy.
Okay, sure.
But I
don't think anyone has, actually. No.
I don't know how bright the Warforged is and
sure.
like how much time he may or may not have spent with.
Okay, so what do you want to pretend this monkey is saying?
I didn't think that far ahead.
Okay, well, what's the purpose of it? Is it just to bring him closer to the monkey's cage, to the Loris's cage, or?
Yeah, let's get him to check out the monkey's cage.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think this is a roll. I don't think a roll really applies for this, so I don't think it's good. I mean, I don't think that you really do it well. but however you do it, it succeeds in bringing him close to the monkey's cage.
Hey, come here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Pretty much.
Listen.
Okay. And he wanders back over to the Loris's cage, very wary, and kind of looks down and it says, and it starts talking to the Loris, and it says, "What do you want? Who gave you these grapes? No more grapes for you today.
No grapes for you." Grape Nazi.
And he's distracted and looking at the Loris.
All right, so I'm gonna push my way out of the cell.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that it's gonna hit the door is gonna like hit him in the back because the cells are right next to each other.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's gonna hit him in the back and like hopefully like stagger him, knock him off balance.
Okay.
He's made of steel.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, but is he graceful?
So is the goal to stagger him so that you can leave, or stagger him so that you can then
He, like,
do
falls
stuff
into
with
the
him?
cage.
Huh?
to do stuff with him. I'm
He's
trying
trying
attacking.
to get a surprise round.
Yeah.
Okay. I think all that's fine. What do you want to do after that? So you swing the door open and hits him in the back, and he kind of stumbles forward into the Loris's cage and is kind of struggling to right himself and get his.
I'm jumping on his back with the garrote, and I'm trying to ride him into the big cage.
God, why?
Okay.
And who is Paxton?
He's a cornered animal.
I'm wild. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh my god.
Okay, so that's definitely an act under pressure too. So the goal isn't necessarily you're not going to be sawing through like the wooden tendons of his neck.
No. I'm not trying to cut his head off.
But you're
I'm
basically just trying to ride
drag
him.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's like a reins. I'm trying to use the garrote
Yeah.
as like reins to like.
It's
like,
a bit in his mouth.
yeah, to try and pull him.
Yeah. Okay, roll to act under pressure, please.
Oh well, can I use one of my abilities for this?
Not the same. I mean, what does one apply?
Yeah. What could go wrong whenever you charge into immediate danger without hedging your bets? Hold 2.
I think this counts as that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
This is pretty reckless.
Yeah.
So
This was a dumb idea. I'm sorry, guys.
no, I
I'm
love
into
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll and add cool
All right.
again.
And
Get another 9.
I do have good cool. It's a 7 plus 2 is a 9.
But you
Dang
were
it.
holding 2, so you can use one of them to get to 10.
Oh, that's true.
Is that how that works? You can do a +1 for it.
It's inflict 1 harm or reduce someone's harm by 1.
Okay.
Or it says plus take 2 forward on an act under pressure roll. Would that count as this or a future one?
Well, you said you wanted to do it before this.
Yeah, I think you
That's
can
this.
apply it to this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then I'm going to add plus 2 to that.
Well,
so
you
that-
only need 1 to get to a full success. Can you split them?
Does the move say add 1, or does it say add 2?
It says take 2 forward.
Okay, and you're spending 1 hold to do that. So
Yes, so I have 2 holds.
So yeah, you can't spend 1, but you're over. But
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So that's a full success. So please tell me what happens, how this goes down.
Okay, so I jump on his back. I've got the garrote like I don't know if it's around his neck. I kind of like the idea that it's a bit. I got it in his mouth.
Yeah, like he's yelling like, "What's going on? Who are you?"
Yeah.
Blah blah blah, and then
And-
it just like gets in
and,
his
like,
mouth, and
Yeah, it's like
So I'm
it has this like it's this terrible grating noise of this like wire on metal.
I'm on him like piggyback style, and I'm like yanking him, and like I pull back really hard, and I imagine he does like a backflip or like rolls backward, not like a full backflip. He like falls on
I
his
see what
back.
you mean.
Yeah,
He's
his-
rolling backwards, and the idea is that like you're under him, but it keeps rolling, and he like
His
falls
momentum,
into the
yeah.
cage. and just let
Okay.
him go.
His momentum
Right? Yeah.
propels him into the cage,
Okay.
and then I scramble to like shut the door.
Yeah, you
Okay.
get a little squished, but
Yeah,
So that's your you putting him where you want him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, you kind of move around and slam into a bunch of the other cages and the barrels, and the animals are like losing their minds.
Yeah.
They're all like yelling and some are scared. But like all while this is going on, the Loris is just kind of still sitting there with his big eyes, like not reacting to anything at all. Until you, like you say, tumble and fall backwards, and then he falls into the cage and you slam it shut and lock it
Right.
behind him.
nice.
Yes.
And he just kind of sits there in silence for a moment.
Who?
The Gabriel, the
Okay.
Warforged.
Yeah. So
Inside the
I'm
cage.
I'm kind of sitting on the other side of the cage, like panting, like.
He says, "Who are you?"
Shut up. Who are you?
What's going to be great is when he turns around, he has a house symbol on the back of his jacket.
Yep.
Who are you?
You recognize him.
Dude, he was in the stable, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, Kyle and Paxton just recognized that.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't answer that, but he says, "I've been in a cage before and I've escaped. I will get out of this one."
Well, we'll see. But for right now, I'm gonna split. And I go up to the monkey and I say, "Hey, buddy, we gotta go."
Take me with you.
Yes, that is the plan. will you come along?
Yeah, we'll say like you look kind of behind you and you see like like Gabriel's key ring is on the ground, falling onto the ground during the scuffle. So you grab the key ring and you have like these like tons of keys on this ring, seemingly for all these cages inside.
Hey, Gabe, which one of these keys is gonna open this door?
No answer.
It'll save us both a lot of time. All right.
Dolores points out and says, "That one."
Oh, the big rusted iron one?
Yeah, he points to an individual key.
Yeah.
That is the key to his cage.
Thanks, bud. And I grab a handful of grapes, and I'm going to put them in the lapel pocket of my jacket, the inner breast pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put the grapes in there. I'm going to say, "Hey, come here. We got to get you out of here."
He's a little big for it, but we'll say he can mostly fit in there. It's a big, maybe he can fit on like the inner pocket of the coat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like you have to open the...
Not an actual pocket, but like just inside your...
You know how they have like the little things you can put like envelopes in? Yeah, that one.
Sure, he sticks in there and he doesn't fully fit inside of it, but he's like in a little kangaroo pouch inside your jacket, inside your coat, sticking out. And he says, "Let's get out of here."
All right. So I'm going to take... So hey, what should I call you? Do you have a name?
I've just been called Loris, but...
What do you want to be called?
Ooh, it's a good question.
You're answering for Loris's everywhere, Keegan. So
right.
Think carefully.
Right. I'm open to anyone else's ideas.
I made the joke earlier. I don't know if anyone heard it, but Loris.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Lawrence,
yeah.
That if we're gonna go that similar, it'd be funnier if Paxton said, "Then I'm just gonna call you Lawrence or Lorice."
Yeah, I think how it would actually go down in the story is that he would say like, "I don't have a name. Like, what do you want to call me?"
Okay. So. Okay. I'm gonna call you Lil Paxton.
Yeah. He looks up at you from inside your coat again with these big unblinking eyes and is like, "I like it."
Perfect. All right, and so I'm gonna scramble. I'm gonna scramble back through the dark basement, back towards the cellar doors. And right before I go out, I'll say, "Hey, do I need to know anything else? Is there anything like pressing I should know before we get out of here?"
He says, "Watch out for the Raptor. It's very scary."
Oh, it's here?
She was my neighbor, and she didn't want to talk very much. Well, she probably couldn't talk very much.
Is she still in here?
They took her earlier today.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. We gotta find my uncles, and then we'll figure out what to do.
Okay. And you all head out.
Yep.
Head out from the basement.
I leave the cellar, and I'm looking for them.
So Paxton meets up back up with you all. Do you want to still be in the library, or we'll say he can find you like a...
I mean, it seems like we're getting kicked out of the party, and Paxton is stealing... perhaps the star of the party, unbeknownst to us, and this might be a great, like...
I mean, we're not getting kicked out.
Maybe I see them.
I mean, there was a vibe.
He told us to leave.
That you're not welcome here.
I really feel like we should stay, though, till the actual what's being auctioned is revealed.
It's probably Loris.
It's probably
the Raptor, yeah.
Whether you guys wanted to chill in the library and discuss things, or you wanted to go somewhere else and Paxton can join you there, it's totally up to you. But
I think we meet back up with Paxton downstairs, and I'm going to say, "Paxton, there was no smoke or anything. I thought, I mean, I don't want to sound like I doubted you, but I thought, well, And
as Paxton runs up to you all and stops and you start talking to him, you see like one grape drop from the inside of his coat onto the ground. And then one little hand reach out from the bottom and pick it back up and scoop it back in.
Uncle Frank.
Paxton.
Uncle Frank, Howen, I have a lot to tell you, but we have to leave probably immediately.
Well, wait, we don't even know what's being auctioned.
Both myself and little Paxton request that we leave right now.
Whoa, inappropriate. I did not need to know that, Paxton.
Is Kanesh... Is that
Kanesh?
Kanesh!
Kanesh.
Yeah.
Kadush. Kanesh and
Think of it with a J at the end. Kinej.
Kinej and Finn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're not kicked out, right?
We
were the rude ones.
He kind of said it referencing
you
all
were
of
the
us.
rude ones, but I do think that he was referring to all of us. He's not happy with the King's Rangers' presence here, certainly. And I mean, I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but it kind of seems like something shady is going on here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Hey, you know what?
Man, there's so many good detectives at this party.
I thought the same thing.
Exactly.
You and me, Kinesh.
I think he might have had something to do with the Raptor going missing.
Oh, I think so, definitely.
My jacket starts wrestling like, Paxton, chill out. Stop it.
Paxton, where was that bush you were hiding in earlier?
It's actually out back here. We should go back and look at it.
Are we not addressing the movement in Paxton's stolen
Nope,
jacket?
Shut up, Cowan. Let's go.
Clearly, he's hungry and his stomach is grumbling.
We need to know what's being auctioned.
Yeah, we're gonna get kicked out before then if we just stand here like a couple of schmucks.
Fine.
Fine. Let's go to that bush.
Okay, so star wipe to the bush.
Yeah.
You're all there huddled around.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, what are we doing here?
We got to figure out a plan where we can observe without being seen. Here's a good place to not be seen, but we can't observe.
Yeah, did we get any vibe of where the auction is taking place?
Is it like a garden auction, or is it?
I was actually thinking it was going to be out back. There is this sizable garden and kind of like this really really big garden.
Actually, I have an idea.
Out back with a big like back patio, and it's all you could see like staff like setting it up and preparing it and stuff like that. And there's some sort of constructed stage there where that will be happening.
I have an idea. Paxton.
Yeah.
Since your Uncle Howard can't focus on anything else, what is in your jacket?
Okay, don't be mad.
Never.
Already mad.
I almost killed a guy, and I found.
Do you want to tell us who you
No, hold
killed?
on. I almost found a new friend, and I pull out the jacket lapel, and you see little Paxton peeking over the edge, like with his little eyes poking out, and I give him a little grate.
Paxton, what is that?
Hey, little fella.
This is my friend. This is what I'm pretty sure is the monkey.
I'm little Paxton.
Yeah, he could talk. He can talk, Uncle Howard.
Wow.
He's like as smart as you.
Wowie zowie. Hey,
Well, now he must die. No.
Hey, little Paxton. I'm Frank, and I offer my hand.
Yeah.
He grabs like his finger, right? I'm gonna speak for Paxton now. I'm sorry. No, you go ahead.
I would like to some input on Lil Paxton's
All right.
activities, mainly because I think it would be funny if he doesn't like Frank and he bares his teeth at him.
Ooh. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Do Lorises even have like scary monkey teeth? Because they're not technically monkeys.
Right, yeah.
But...
They're not technically monkeys, but they have this weird thing going on where they have a venomous bite.
Are you serious?
Because there's this gland in their arm that they lick to like activate saliva and activate the poison. And yeah, so they have a poisonous bite.
That's cool.
Whoa.
So it's pretty weird. But yeah, you see him just like lick his arm real quick and then just like bare his teeth at Frank.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to scare you. Didn't mean to startle you.
Slow, Uncle Frank. No sudden movements. He doesn't like that.
It's fine. Well,
it's like, it takes me a while to warm up to people.
That's understandable.
Right, so how long have you two known each other?
What has it been, like 20 minutes?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Probably closer to 15.
He's like, I'm a Loris. My concept of time is not great.
Yeah.
Anyways, the Raptor is here.
That's what they're auctioning. It has to be what they're auctioning.
Raptors exist.
But what if they did something to it?
The Raptor was in a cage.
Super Raptors.
That is pretty cool.
Did little Paxton tell you that?
Well, you can ask him because he could speak.
Little Paxton.
Yes.
By the way, my name is Howland.
Pleasure.
I can't believe I'm doing this. So you saw the Raptor here?
Yes, I brought it here.
Okay, so that checks out. Do you know what they're doing with it? Was it taken to be part of this party?
Yeah, Lil Paxton starts to look like a little upset, and his eyes start to droop a little bit, and he says, it's Master's favorite new toy.
And I see him getting sad. I'm just going to scratch his head a little bit.
Yeah, it helps a little bit.
Cheer him up.
It helps a little bit.
They changed her.
Oh.
What did they do?
I don't know exactly what they do. They did like they did to me, but worse.
Well, boys, we know the Raptor's here. We clearly are not playing with someone who cares to play along, and someone very powerful. So, and I hold up the sending scroll that I have from before.
That you got from the betting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I say, should we let our patron know?
Let's call some backup.
What does that do again?
It's basically like a long range phone call. So basically, just real quick, what do you want to tell Illyra?
Is it something? Do I write it? How does it work? Do I speak it into the scroll?
We'll say you just speak it into the scroll.
You hold it like a used like the inside of the paper towel roll, and you just talk into that.
Right. You do have to hold it up to your mouth in some way, like a phone or
okay, whatever. So,
a horn.
And I can specify like who receives it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they receive it basically psychically, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I just say, Councilwoman Illyra, this is Halwyn of If It's Mysteries. We have found your raptor. That's the good news. The bad news is it is apparently in the possession of one Killian Dividalis, and it has been altered and is about to be auctioned.
Okay, great. I'm looking real quick to see if they can respond, but it doesn't look like they can.
Oh, man, it'd be great.
Yeah, it's not
she just sends like the butcher knife emoji.
OTW.
Tell her we'll meet. We'll reconnoiter at the stable, where she can like presumably send a message to the stable people somehow. Right? Let's get it.
I actually don't think that you have any more words.
Okay.
There's like a word limit on there, and I'm fine with fudging it a little bit, but I think that's enough information for it. So you send that out. There's no response. There's no way to receive any confirmation, but you send that out.
We're all just like silently staring at him and like, real cool trick, Halwyn.
Did it work, or did you just talking to the air?
Are the batteries on? Let me see that.
It's a one-time use. It's limited words.
I
don't get a response, but
I don't think you're using it right.
But as you do that, and as the message finishes sending, you see Killian exit the back of the mansion, kind of looking around in kind of in a huff. And then he's looking around in the bush. He's looking around for you and doesn't quite get to see you. And he looks furious.
Oh God!
And he kind of he holds his hand up and he snaps. And you see this color activate in his hands. This bluish color of swirling lines go down his hand and down into his sleeve.
You're about to get mauled by that, Loris.
You see it crest up into his neck and peeking up into his ears. It basically goes across most of his body. And this is far larger than pretty much any dragon mark that you've ever seen. This is... Dragon marks themselves grow with the people, and when one reaches this full body level, they're called heirs of Cerberus, heir of Cerberus dragon mark. It's basically the highest level dragon mark that you can have.
Uh-oh.
And at that point, Paxton does feel something sharp jut into his leg, as little Paxton has now bit you in the leg and is pumping poison into you.
Paxton, no!
Bad monkey. Bad monkey.
and Killian shouts out basically just like, find them! And you hear flapping of wings. And kind of cresting around the edge of the mansion, you see a medium-sized creature about the size of a large deer with these flapping kind of bat wings. The creature itself is a scaly raptor that flies into the air and then lands onto the ground, pouncing down next to Killian.
We have to go.
Paxton?
Yeah.
How does that door work again?
Just push.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Push!